when you got an American Bulldog, and what I've noticed down through the years that about American Bulldogs is it's not what you say and it's not what you write that projects the popularity of American Bulldog. It's he himself. It's the American Bulldog himself. Uh, he sells his own self, and it's just amazing when people get American Bulldogs. It's just amazing uh, them how what all his characteristics, all his ability is. They quickly learn that hey, this dog is some kind of smart. I had sold years ago. I'd sold three to one man and one to another, a friend of his. Well, they were trying to train the dogs to do different things and in competition with one another. Well, the one that had the three, he had one of the smartest dogs I've ever seen, and I kept trying to get him to put him in Walt Disney movies because he was smart. He was just, I mean, real smart. Well, his friend wanted to get something on him, so he had one that's 13 weeks old, a puppy. He come from me, and he trained that dog. He would put his hand in his pocket like that, and he trained that dog. He pulled his hand out of his pocket and he said, "Pow!" And the puppy fall over dead later. And it's amazing. The American Bulldog sells his own self. And that's what's so unique about American Bulldog because it's not you writing something. It's not you, about the dog. It's him. It's the dog himself. And, I mean, they gonna sell themselves. I couldn't tell you the number of people that call me back and say they never had a dog or seen a dog. That intelligent and that smart and easy
Right.
to.
All right. Next question. Question number 6. In the years you've been in this breed, question you wrote is, what's your biggest regret, if you have any, of the many years you've been involved with the American Bulldog?
Well, my biggest regret is seeing and knowing that people are crossing the line and trying to produce something, some bad something, or create something that they think that American Bulldogs ought to be, and an American Bulldog is going to be an American Bulldog. But I see cases and hear of cases that where they bred to make American Bulldog like they want him to be, and this is all too often what happens to a good American Bulldog. They produce something there that actually that is not American Bulldog. And the thing about it is, what I've seen and what I know, that people will they'll cross these dogs, and because American Bulldog's popular, if a dog does something bad, and let's say for instance you cross a dog and he attacks a child, well the first thing that's going to come out in the news is that's American Bulldog, which it's got something else in it. It's got pit in it. It's got some kind of other dog that created this characteristics that he's forming, that he's doing. That's probably one of the biggest regrets that I see in today's time is American Bulldog is a true bulldog. And where man has failed is not being true to him and all his breed.
Next question. Of all the dogs that you've owned or produced over the years, which one stands out the most in your mind, and why does he stand out the most?
Well, I have several dogs, a good many dogs that stand out in my mind, in the combination of the breeding that I have, what I call a 5-way Scott cross, and every way that I cross these dogs, it just produced a champion dog, and it just amazes me how it does. But I like the Man of War because it was because of the intelligence of the dog. The Man of War was so smart and so intelligent that I've had 2 ladies to call me the same day that bought puppies from me, didn't know each other, different parts of the country, and tell me almost the same words. That Mr. Miles said, that puppy is so smart, sometimes it even scares me. And that came a lot from your Man of War dogs. And but I've had other dogs that are Scott. They just come from different people, and their features was a little bit different, but they were Scots. And for agility, for athletic ability, and I like the Casper dog because he is very good in athletic ability and everything, and size, his conformation. It really made the American Bulldogs appealing as far as looking too, and there's just been so many of them. And I will say this, and I'll add this on the end of that a lot of breeders, when they get into the business of breeding, that they'll have one dog that they feature, and they put all their emphasis on this dog, and he, appears to be real popular and everything, but you never hear of another. My dogs have just about all the breedings that I ever done, and you can trace and follow them up, were champion dogs. They performed, and they just they done performed so good that wherever they go, that they were champions. And I tell you, I've got a lot of letters, a lot of documents and everything to back that up. It's not me saying it. I've got the documents to back it up.
Okay. You mentioned Man of War. One of the biggest questions in the American Bulldog world today is Man of War. What do you know about the lineage of Man of War? There's people out there that claim that he was a pit bull or a pit bull mix. You probably have the most knowledge of the dog. What do you think? What do you know of his lineage?
Well, I know of the person that owned Man of War, and he was American Bulldog. His registration said that he was American Bulldog, and this man unfortunately fought the dog, and I don't like that. I've never been to a fight. I don't have no part with it. I don't promote it or in any way advocate fighting, but I I had 2 dogs out of Man of War, and I don't want to call his name because he wanted to keep a low profile, and this name could get back to him. So I had 2 dogs out of Man of War. I had a female and a male. And if you ever hear about me talking, or you see on the video, I've made many videos from all over the world. If you see me talking about it, where I talk about a double-bred Man of War, then I had a male and a female. Well, they were both out of Man of War, but their mothers were different. And as I look back on the lineage, part of it, I know several people that are witnesses of this dog, and as far as I could go back, everybody says he was American Bulldog, and that's all. All I got to go by is that he has a registration saying he's an American Bulldog, and the people that knew of him and had actually been in his presence, they say he's an American Bulldog, and that would be like anything else. You just have to look upon the honesty of the people. And you take, for instance, your dog. How do you know that your dog is what you say he is? You have to act on people's honesty. And you had to, when you purchase a dog, if you have an American Bulldog, you have to feel confident that the person you bought him from is telling you the truth.
Right.
So I feel confident in the American Bulldog, and the Man of War line that we're talking about. This particular one. Now there's several different Man of Wars that's out there. They're calling. I've got in. There's a man told me one time that Man of War, and he got talking about him. I said, that's not Man of War. He said, oh yeah, he got a picture of him and everything, and come to find out, it was a big old pit bulldog with American Bulldog in it. And but I was going through some papers the other day, and I come across a Man of War in there, and this was so many years ago, and a lot of these people were in Chicago, like Kobe and everything, and I just forget the man's name. But now he had a big dog named Man of War. And so the thing about it is, if you hear things about Man of War, it could be somebody else with a dog that's crossed or anything. Right. And you could be hearing the right thing. He's got American intent, but he's not what this Man of War.
Right.
So you got to be careful, with the information you're getting, and that's another part too, that you're getting the right information, that the people you get this information from is honest and knows what they're talking about. That's another thing.